Well, good evening, everybody. It's been a challenging evening so far with all the technical things that are going on. But welcome to our very first How About That show with Johan and Thelma. We hope you've had a fantastic Monday. And the good news is our last full lockdown Monday.
Yes, baie welkom hier by ons. Ek wil net gou 'n bietjie kyk. Okay, dit lyk my is weer 'n paar mense wat by ons is. Baie welkom hier by ons almal wat inskakel en 'n lekker warm welkom aan Dr. Willie Silje, ons heel eerste gas hier in ons How About That sitkamer. Ons kan nou nie vandag by mekaar kuier nie en ons kuier altyd so lekker saam met Dok daar by upstairs at Harry's. Maar ons gaan nog steeds lekker saam kuier, al is dit nou so deur die kamera en die internet en dinge wat dalk werk en dalk nie werk nie en ophou werk, maar ons gaan dit maak werk. Dok is ons heel eerste gas en is heel gepas, aangesien hy verlang die eerste burger van finansies in George was en dan nou ook in die AHi ekonomiese land. En hy gaan dit gewees hier die AHi. Ons het so baie besigheidsvrae wat ons vir Dok wil vra, maar ek dink vanaand wil ons dalk eers fokus op die situasie waarin ons almal onsself nou bevind.
Yes, guys, COVID-19, well, that's how it's known at the moment. The coronavirus has caused huge problems and also challenges for us, especially us with the smaller businesses and new upcoming and new starting businesses.
During a time when thousands of people and their loved ones have lost their lives, we are incredibly thankful that we are healthy and safe. But we also realize that businesses has to make plans for their protection and also their staff. Ons president het proaktief hulp daar gestel en ons is baie dankbaar daarvoor. Tog sukkel baie mense en ondernemings om hierdie dienste te bekom of te aktiveer.
Yeah, and personally we also feel the punch as business owners. We are artists, business owners, and as many of you guys know, we've got Print House here in George, 24 training, and Thelma is also a legal advocate. Dok, ons ken vir Dok baie goed, maar vertel ons kykers, wie is Dr. Willie Silje?
Wel, hy gesels met julle heerlik vanaand hier van Wildernis af uit sy kantoor uit en inderdaad die koffie by ons nie. Maar ja, op hierdie stadium is ek die voorsteur van die AHi in die Wes-Kaap, wat 46 sakekamers reg oor die Wes-Kaap verteenwoordig en omtrent so 9000 besighede. 90% van die 9000 besighede is klein besighede. So ons hoor daagliks hierdie groot paniek onder besighede oor wat van môre. My dagwerk natuurlik is auditeer. Ek moet seker maak dat boeke balanseer. En jy gaan al meer sien en ek sien al die hulp wat die regering aanbied gaan oor jou boeke moet op datum wees, jou belasting moet in orde wees, jou finansiële stand moet wees. Ons moet verder gedruk op die volgende paar maande om net seker te maak dat elke besigheid gereed is vir die hulp wat aangebied word. Maar ook van my kant af baie welkom ook as daar enigiemand van die AHi natuurlik nader geskakel het. Baie welkom ook aan julle. Ons is natuurlik in die besigheidswêreld en my doel vanaand is nie om oor myself te praat nie. My doel is om vir elke klein besigheidsman wat vanaand mag inskakel, 'n bietjie hoop te kan gee. Wat ek glo nog steeds, tussen al hierdie terugslae is daar hoop en ons moet hoop gebruik om vir ons 'n toekoms te skep. So baie dankie Johan en Thelma vir die geleentheid, inderdaad voorreg om saam met julle te kuier.
En wat 'n voorreg om Dok vanaand hier saam met ons te hê.
In ons sitkamer, ons is so bevoorreg. Dok, ek gaan sommer inspring en ek wil weet of Dok ons enige raad het om dienste soos UIF, die Relief Fund applications te aktiveer, of is dit 'n kwessie van geduld? Ek weet daar's baie mense wat sukkel wat nie weet wat hulle moet doen in hierdie tyd nie. Wat se raad het Dok vir ons omtrent dit?
Weet jy, Thelma, die aankondiging van die president op 15 Maart as 'n national disaster, Suid-Afrika as national disaster verklaar het en natuurlik ook met die 25ste, 26ste, wanneer is dit 25ste met die inperking, met die lockdown, het baie besighede paniekerig gemaak. En die hulp wat aangebied was aanvanklik was net gewees vir besighede wat geraak word met die COVID-19. Maar ons het nou gesien dat elke besigheidspersoon, elkeen wat 'n besigheid het in sy naam, informeel, formele besigheid, groot besigheid, almal het eenvoudig op daai platforms gespring met die hoop dat ons dalk hier en daar 'n paar rand gaan kry by die regering. En daai platforms het by hoeveel kere omgeval en ek dink dit val nog steeds om. In terme van die relief funding wat die Department of Small Business gehanteer word, is daar 3 fondse. Die relief fund wat natuurlik aangebied word waar jy op die platform moet registreer onder sme.gov.za. Daai platform is al reeds tot oorlopends toe vol. Ons sien die president praat al reeds van syfers van 14 miljard rand wat geallokeer is vir daai fonds. En die lening is met 'n groot skok deur baie besighede uitgevind. Dit kom in die vorm van 'n lening en nie in die vorm van 'n gratis uitgifte. Dit is nie 'n grant wat uitgegee word. En ek kry hope oproepe van mense wat met skok sê, maar ek meen ons kry die geld van die Ruperts en die Oppenheimers en die bedryfsmaatskappye en al hierdie private geld. Hierkom moet ons dit in as 'n lening beskou. Hierkom moet ons dit terugbetaal. So ek dink die verwagting van die breë publiek, veral die besigheidswêreld, dat hierdie is 'n grant wat uitbetaal gaan word. En dis inderdaad 'n lening, 'n sagte lening wat jy moet terugbetaal en daar's ook rente te sprake. Daar was wel 'n ander fonds en hulle praat spesifiek van die Spaza Fund vir Spaza besighede in die townships in die informele sektor wat ook hulp gaan kry deur daai selfe kanaal. Maar ek sit met 'n dokument voor my om te sê dat Spazas moet formeel geregistreer wees as 'n besigheid, dis nou die nuwe dokument, en hulle moet in besit wees van 'n wettige handtekening en hulle moet by SARS geregistreer wees, hulle moet niks betaal. So die kriteria waarby jy kan bestel as jou besigheid nie in orde is nie en jou belastingsaake is nie op datum nie, dan gaan jy maar sukkel om hierdie geld te kan kry. Die ander ding natuurlik wat uiters belangrik is die soos ons hom ken, die werkloosheidsversekeringsfonds. Nou baie besighede wat se deure gesluit is, kon noodwendig nie ten volle vir personeel betaal nie. En hulle moes noodgedwonge van hulle personeel tydelik aflê omdat die besigheid toe is. En daar's geen inkomste nie en hulle moes hierdie mense tydelik aflê dat hulle by UIF kan gaan gelde eis vir daardie ongeskiktheid of daardie werkloosheidsperiode wat hulle mag aangaan. Die proses het soveel drama veroorsaak by die Departement van Arbeid dat daai platform ook totaal ingestort het en die minister van Arbeid het op TV gesê dat die platform was nooit bedoel vir hierdie miljoene mense wat nou aansoek doen. Julle moet asseblief net met ons geduldig wees. Maar so ook is die mense van Departement Arbeid in die kantore ook 'n klop down. So jy kom by 'n dooimans deur uit as jy wil gaan hulp aansoek. So baie mense is angstig om te sê, maar waar gaan ek brood vandaan kry? Maar het ook die program aangekondig, sogenaamd TERS funding, TERS funding. Dit is waar die Departement van Arbeid met die werkgewer 'n ooreenkoms aangaan met sekere voorwaardes, 'n MOU, en hierdie voorwaardes stipuleer dan hoeveel mense in jou diens is en watter mense vir daai maand nie betaling ontvang het nie. En dat arbeid dan 'n eenmalige bedrag in die werkgewer se bankrekening inbetaal. En die werkgewer is dan verantwoordelik om hierdie gelde uit te betaal aan die mense wat die salaris ontvang. Maar as 'n streng waarskuwing dat hierdie proses sal gekontroleer word om seker te maak dat die geld wel uitbetaal is aan die werknemers. Maar die proses is baie stadig. Die eerste platform het nie gewerk nie, daar's 'n tweede platform en ek kry nou al reeds so in die orde van 40-50% van die aansoeke het nou reeds hulle geld gekry. En dit kom dan vinnig deur. Baie gevalle binne 24 uur deurgekom, maar hulle sê in 'n tydperk van 10 dae sal daardie gelde beskikbaar wees. Maar wees net gewaarsku, die wat vanaand in luister of insien, ek weet nie hoe kyk ons almal saam nie, maar daai afsluitingsdatum vir die TERS funding Departement van Arbeid is die 30ste van April. Na die 30ste gaan die TERS funding in sy formaat nie meer beskikbaar wees vir nuwe aansoeke nie. So die wat nog nie aansoek gedoen het nie, ek praat van besighede vir tersfunding nie, moet spring. Jy moet baie vinnig daai platform gaan kry en as jy nie weet waarom die skakelte kan kry nie, gaan gerus na die AHi se Facebook bladsy of na die AHi se webtuiste toe.
Ja.
Daar's 'n news channel op die webtuiste. Al die inligting is daar beskikbaar hoe om by tersfunding uit te kom. En natuurlik is daar ook ander befondsing wat gekom het vanaf die private kant af. Die Johan Ruperts het R1 biljoen gegee en so ook het die Oppenheimer Trust met die naam van SA Future Trust het geld beskikbaar gestel en dan ook so die Patrice Motsepe groep het geld beskikbaar gestel en ook ander kleinere maatskappye het na die tafel toe gekom. En natuurlik het elke stel van die privaat befondsings ook hulle eie vereistes op hulle eie platform. Ons weet dat die Johan Rupert fondse word gedryf deur business partners. En jy moet natuurlik deur business partners se platform moet jy aansoek doen vir daardie befondsing. En natuurlik die Oppenheimer Trust word deur Nedbank geadministreer onder SAFT, South African Future Trust, FAFT at Nedbank. En Nedbank, of daai geld is slegs bedoel vir salarisse wat nie betaal kan word nie. So dis 'n privaat UIF. R750 per week oor 15 weke slegs vir salarisse, ook in die vorm van 'n lening, maar so ook die Johan Rupert fondse is ook in die vorm van 'n lening. So geld is daar beskikbaar, maar die toegang tot die geld is feitelik 'n onmoontlike saak as jy dit reg kry en jy medalje kry.
Ja.
Dis seker soos dit.
Dok, net op die hele aspek van die geld is beskikbaar in die vorm van 'n lening. Wat is Dok se gevoel vir die toekoms van vir al die kleiner besigheidseienaar? Is dit, ek weet ons kry nou 'n bietjie van 'n relief as jy dit so kan stel, maar is ons nie in die langtermyn in 'n swakker posisie oor dat ons dalk 'n groot lening moet skielik terugbetaal wat ons nie nou sou gehad het nie, as hierdie nie gebeur het nie?
Ja, tel my jy is 100% korrek, jy weet. Ek meen, ek het nog altyd van mening dat jy nie skuld met skuld betaal nie. Want jy verdubbel jou skuld.
Ja.
Maar ons sit in 'n situasie in Suid-Afrika en ek dink in die hele wêreld vandag dat klein besighede is maar die hartklop van die ekonomie. En die skokkende syfers is dat 98,5% van alle besighede in Suid-Afrika val in die sektor van klein besighede.
Ja.
98,5%
Groot.
is klein besighede in die land. So, en ons het 'n opname gesien wat gemaak is onder 'n klomp klein besighede en die beraming is dan op hierdie stadium maar reeds waar ons vandag sit, gaan 45% van klein besighede dit nie maak.
Sure.
Ek dink mense gaan desperaat wees om geld te leen net om die deure oop te hou, maar dit is baie keer dalk 'n goeie ding. Ek meen, ons gaan verseker nie inkomste sien nie, of ons gaan baie stadige inkomste sien. Besighede gaan stadig optel en stadig groei. As ons die skuld kan terugbetaal oor 'n baie lang periode, dan praat ek van 'n 5 jaar en 'n baie lae rentekoers, so ons sal moet somme maak in terme van daai verband, dan kan dit 'n opsie wees.
Ja.
Maar ons moet baie versigtig wees om nou al hierdie moontlike hulp aan skuld te gryp en ons bankrekening te vul en die besigheid het nog nooit 'n bestaansreg gehad nie. So ons moet baie beslis gaan kyk na my besigheid, kan hy regtig bestaan? En dan moet ons 'n baie
Dok Willie, ons gaan nou so spring tussen Engels en Afrikaans, just for our English viewers. So I think the real question on everybody's mind when it comes to small businesses is, what about the guys that are not BEE compliant? What options do they have? Because where do we go for assistance? I'm talking about the guys like hairdressers, the sole proprietor, someone that has a doggy parlor that's struggling, something like that. Where do we go for help if we're not BEE compliant?
Well, it's a very valid question. I mean, it was raised in the media over the past few weeks about your BEE compliance. And it was confirmed by the president that this virus haven't got a color. There's no white and black virus. It's a virus.
Yeah.
So to qualify for funding, there's no BEE status required at the moment.
Okay.
Except two cases. The one case is if you're going to the Department of Small Business and the finance company called SIFA, Small called Enterprise Finance Agency. That company is literally looking for informal traders, informal business people to support them. There's a B qualification.
Okay.
But they are actually not part of this funding from government. And the other one who raised some big questions is the fund through the tourism sector. The 200 million rand who was allocated to help settlement business people. I mean, there's clear guidance that you should be 51% compliance. And there's a court case coming up in a few days. I think it is this week to come about the B statement. There's no black virus or no white virus. I mean, business is business.
Yeah.
And luckily, our president are seeing the picture, the bigger picture, that business are in trouble. No, for sure, I think, except for that 2 cases, your BE compliance is not necessary in this instances.
En dan ook, kom ek sommer in Engels stel, what is your opinion on the so-called large corporations that may not open their doors again, like Edgar's? We know about Edgar's and Jet, or big companies in the motor industry that might leave the country or that may have to retrench some of their staff to keep the doors open. What happens to all those people
I think about SAA as well.
Yeah, it's SAA. What happens to the big influx of unemployment in South Africa?
Yeah, Thelma, I think there's 2 parts of the question. The one part is people leaving the country, investors leaving the country. I mean, this is a worldwide issue. If you said you're going to leave South Africa for another country, you're stupid.
Yeah.
Because you will get the same impact depending where you come from.
Yeah.
So this is a worldwide economic downfall. I mean, let's face that clearly. So big business will close down. You will see that. I mean, they will close down for sure. I mean, the Toekoms group. I mean, the CEO mentioned last night on TV the fact that they're going to ask for business rescue now. They can't pay the suppliers, and that's sorry. I can't pay the suppliers. I'm of the feeling that small business can quickly adapt to certain circumstances. But big companies can't do that.
Yeah.
Because there's a huge bill in your suppliers, in your salary bill, and your debt and all that stuff. And we also see on the trade, the stock exchange market, I mean, the shares are falling by 45%. So your income from that side is also falling a hell of a lot.
Sure.
So big business will struggle for sure now. And you can see that even with the new schemes, the fund scheme from President Ramaphosa, I mentioned the other night, the 500 billion rands, it's from companies with a turnover of 300 million per year. So he touched on the big side, but it's more on the small business side. So I can foresee problems for SAA for sure. SA Express, I don't think they will start up again. I don't think they will fly again, maybe as a cargo carrier, but it was mentioned that 4,500 people can lose their jobs there at SAA.
Sure.
And even last night with Mango mentioned the fact that it's tough to have 14 aeroplanes in the airport. So and you will feel the same in the world. I mean, there's a big problem coming up for the companies there. Yeah, I mean, you will see big losses of employment. You will see also a big call on government for support, for grants. You will see people will start get angry about food parcels because the fact there's no food on the streets. I mean, for what reason will you call up 73,000 soldiers to protect South Africa? 73,000 soldiers. I mean, that is to keep the informal communities together. I mean, there will be a hell of a demand for food, and don't be surprised if more people died from hunger than from this virus. We're sitting with a disaster in this country, and big companies will struggle for sure, to answer your question.
Okay. Is another sad reality that many people are facing right now is that they are unexpectedly without income. I had an instance today where someone was told that they would be paid full this month, but possibly next month maybe only half their salary or less, and then in future maybe nothing. I I've also read an article that there is no clear directive at the moment how the labor relations is going to handle these situations, and that the court will only be able to give a directive after lockdown ends. From your experience, what should employees expect in this regard, and what onus is on the business owner? I think, unfortunately, many companies may use COVID-19 as a scapegoat to save money, while employees are expected to continue working. Is there any advice on this?
Thelma, it's a good question. I mean, the fact that this is a national disaster called by the president, and there's an act for that. And my understanding is that that act overruled all the other acts coming to a certain point. But, I mean, employers must know, and I think they know that your staff are your biggest asset in your business. Without your staff, you can't work, you can't operate. You can't have a turnover, you can't have profits, you can't have a house at the beachfront, or what the case may be. So your staff is your number one priority. But your staff is also your biggest asset in the business. So if there's no income, and let's use my little restaurant as an example, we closed down on the 26th of March last month due to the lockdown. But the 2 weeks before that time, with the announcement of the national disaster, the turnover dropped by 75%. So in essence, we're almost 2 months now out of income. Not a cent.
Yeah.
But you need to pay your staff component, and it's almost 34% of your turnover is your staff salary bill, and your rent and other expenses. So a lot of people, business people, want to keep their staff and pay them full this month. But if this one carry on, and we saw the level 4 now coming from Friday, it's more or less the same as level 5. Not much difference there, except the financial sector and the professional services a bit relaxed. But you will see, if this one is going on, people will start laying off their staff members. You will see people take chances in that. But it's wrong. You can't use this disaster to benefit yourself. And it's quite clear, if you do that and you're caught out, you can sit in jail for 6 months. That's part of the act. So I advise people not to try that. They will be picked up and they will be prosecuted for that.
Dr. Willie, we've been speaking about for quite some time now. You see it on your vehicle repayments, on your house repayments, etc. Of something called a credit insurance. Can you enlighten us a little bit on as to how this credit insurance works, and if people are actually eligible to claim from this insurance?
Yeah, I think the credit insurance is one type of insurance. Credit insurance is the fact where you purchase a vehicle, for example, and for some sort of reason you write off the vehicle in an accident, and there's a shortfall. You need to pay the bank the difference as a shortfall. That is for credit insurance part. But there's also insurance, what's called loss of income insurance. In my case, it was clear that in all my policies, there's a loss of income insurance. So if I lost income for a certain period, they will pay me out 75% of my gross profit. Okay. And the moment I request on that funding, they said, no. COVID-19 wasn't part of that loss of insurance act. So people are easily now get themselves out of the insurance side. So that's a very, very tough one. Very, very tough one. You see, a lot of banks and other organizations come forward with really relief. They call it the payment holiday for companies, but also for individuals, for the house bond, for the vehicle bonds. On their loans, there's a 3 or 4 month payment holiday. But the insurance company haven't come forward. They sit just waiting. They said the assets are on risk. Even if a business is closed, assets are on risk. And there's one company who came forward, and they're going to name the company with the name of Santa. They're going to pay back 20% of all the premiums of their short-term insurance clients. So that's something for me to look at. I mean, and the rest I said, oh, you must talk to your insurance guy, to your broker, maybe there's a way forward. Maybe you can take off some vehicles from the insurance while you're not driving your vehicle or what the case may be. So I think it's advisable to go and see your insurance company and see what you do. But your credit shortfall is simply that one if you write off your vehicle for a reason. And the other one, as I said, loss of income is the other one. Make sure that there's something on paper and it's clear what is included in the loss of income or not.
Yeah.
Well, I've also always said that it's so sad that the law is written in a positive manner, not in a negative. They always tell you what you're allowed to claim, but they don't exclude what you're allowed not to claim. So it's going to be an interesting time, I think, and it's going to maybe be a chance for the law to develop in this instance. I'm hoping for that.
Yeah.
So you want to ask another one?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think anyone expected this pandemic. If very few may have thought to plan for something as overwhelming as this. What advice do you have for all of us going forward in terms of preparation and protection? Should anything like this ever happen again? En ek dink vir die Afrikaanse mense, ons het nie, ek meen niemand kan beplan vir iets wat jy nie voorsien het gaan gebeur nie. En miskien moet ons nou die balle bietjie omdraai en sê kom ons kyk vorentoe en ons maak seker ons is gecovered for if something like that ever happens again. Wat kan ons verwag?
Ja, maar ek dink die belangrikheid van die vraag is dat dit gaan Suid-Afrika of die wêreld lei in 'n nuwe ekonomie. In a total new economy.
Ja.
Ons gaan nie na die 1 Mei of later weer ooit dieselfde wees as wat ons was van tevore. Die ekonomie soos hy was, gaan totaal verander. En is baie duidelik dat hierdie virus gaan eers regtig waar hier rondom Augustus en September sy hoogtepunt bereik. Ons sit met die wintermaande voor ons. Ons sit met die skole wat ingefaseer moet word in sekere fases en vlakke. En ons gaan sien dat besighede baie stadig gaan groei. Maar is nou tyd dat ons as besigheidsmense hierdie, ek wil amper sê, puzzle pieces wat so rondgeskatter lê, by mekaar sit. En nou gaan hulle vir my sê, en ek kry elke reg vra maar hoe gaan ons hierdie goede by mekaar sit, jy weet? En ek is tyd dat ons gaan stil sit en ons moet regtig waar die emosie uithaal. Hoe moeilik dit mag wees. Ek meen ek het familie wat 'n borrelstoer in Johannesburg besit en Braamfontein besit, jy weet. Nou al die tweede maand sonder inkomste en ek sien volgens die skedules eers op die volgende vlak sal borrelstoere begin drank koop. Maar dit is sy enigste inkomste, jy weet. En so baie ander besighede, weet. Maar ek dink hierdie tyd wat ons nou het, moet ons regtig gaan probeer eerstens om te gaan kyk waar kan ons hulp kry. En as ons moet gaan geld leen in terme van hierdie regeringsbefondsing, kyk na die rentekoers wat jy moet terugbetaal. Maak die terme wat jy moet gaan terugbetaal so lank as moontlik. Die ding wat jy nie moet gaan doen nie, jy moenie nou op jou huis 'n tweede of 'n derde verband gaan neem en jou huis gaan op risiko stel vir 'n ekonomiese klimaat wat baie moeilik kan herstel. Moet dit nie gaan doen nie. Moenie jou huis, jou persoonlike bates op risiko plaas. En dan wil ek sê, wees oopkop. Uit die boks uit, klim uit die boks uit, klim uit die kas uit as jy moet, maak nie saak wat jy moet gaan maak. Maar klim uit die boks uit en dink, en al moet jy met iemand gaan sit, en dis miskien baie keer 'n baie goeie raad om te gaan sit met iemand wat ook oopkop met jou kan dink oor hierdie goed. Kom ons vat my voorbeeld my restaurant weer eens as 'n voorbeeld. Die restaurant was afhanklik van kliënte wat ingestap het en 'n koffie en 'n ete kom eet of wat die geval mag wees. Dit gaan nie gebeur nie, of dit gaan baie minder gebeur, want mense se sakke is leeg, want daar was vir maande nie inkomste nie. Salaristrekkers kry 50% van hulle salaris, of moet dalk wag vir die staat om UIF geld te ontvang. En baie mense het glad nie inkomste nie. So moenie verwag, na die inperking opgehef is, dat jy onmiddellik weer daai inloopkliënte gaan hê nie, dit gaan nie die geval wees nie. So ek moet 'n ander bron gaan soek waar ek inkomste vandaan gaan kry,
behalwe om te wag vir kliënte wat gaan inloop. Nou, as ons nou vanaand 'n vinnige oefening moet maak op die lyn, wat gaan ek anders te doen in die verlede om te help aangelei? Ek kan obvious seker maak dat die restaurant se takeaway kant 'n upmarket takeaway kant kan wees. Want iemand eenvoudig kan instap en iets kan half in die rak af en kan uitstap, betaal en uitstap. Of ek gaan self die restaurant moet belyn om dalk aanlyn bestellings te kan plaas wat ons dan vir werklose mense wat 'n voertuig het om te vra om liewer vir ons asseblief hierdie kos af by so en so adres. Met ander woorde delivery. So ons sal uit die boks uit begin dink oor hoe gaan ons besigheidsbeleid en ons gaan dit daadwerklik moet doen. En 'n groot rolspeler in die toekoms gaan die elektroniese media wees. Sosiale media, elektroniese platforms, dit gaan die medium wees.
Ja.
Net om te keer dat hierdie infeksie in die werksplek gaan plaasvind. So, dinge gaan baie anders moet gebeur. Maar dan aan die ander kant moet ons regtig eerlik met onsself gaan wees. Ek meen ons moet totaal eerlik gaan wees. Jy weet, ons het baie keer as ons 'n probleem optel, dan sê ons, ag wat, kom ons los hom maar. Los maar die ontvanger. Los maar daai probleem tot hy kom. As hy kom, sal ons hom vat. Ons moet dit nie doen nie. Ons moet die volstruisbenadering waar die kop in die grond is, moet ons gaan wegvat en sê, kom ons face die probleme, pak dit op die tafel neer. Kom ons face hierdie probleme. Kom ons gaan praat met my suppliers. Ek sê vir my suppliers, ek gaan jou nie betaal nie. Kan ons iets onderhandel met mekaar oor die terugbetaling van die skuld, jy weet. Gaan praat met jou landlord. En ons sien daar's voorstelle van die president se kant af oor hoe landlords die situasie moet hanteer met van die huur. Maar daar's nie 'n wetgewing wat bepaal dat landlords dit moet doen nie. Baie landlords, my eie landlord het gesê, hy gee vir my 3 maande grasie in terme van huur, maar daarna moet ons gesels oor hoe gaan ek dit terugbetaal, die 3 maande terugbetaal. So die gratis of die payment holiday kom nie in die vorm van is afgeskryf nie, dit kom wel in die vorm van 'n uitgawe wat vorentoe betaal moet word. En ons weet dat die omset nie van so 'n aard gaan wees om te kan betaal. So al daardie gesprekke moet jy met oop kop gaan hanteer. En daar's een uiters belangrike dokument wat jy moet saamstel, en ek praat van die finansiële wêreld, dis jou kontantvloei. As jy moet 'n kontantvloei staat gaan saamstel vir ten minste 6 maande op die korttermyn, maar ten minste vir die einde van die jaar om te sê, goed, dit moet ek gaan betaal, maar dit lê en wag vir my wat betaal moet word op 'n stadium. So hierdie kontantvloei of daai lenings moet ingebou word in 'n proses. En dan moet jy gaan kyk, kan hierdie besigheid dit nog maak? Jy moet eerlik met jouself gaan wees. En na jy nou jou hele model ontwikkel het, jou besigheidsmodel herontwikkel het, en kyk, waartoe gaan jy nou met jou besigheid, jy weet, sy moet harde besluite gaan neem. Maar ek is bekommerd, jy weet, dat baie mense, baie werkers se werk kan in die slag bly. Ek is ook bekommerd vir die feit dat baie besighede kan toemaak, jy weet, en dit gaan 'n groot negatiewe spiraal wees daar Afrika het. Maar as jy my vandag vra, wat is my persoonlike siening? Nou, ten spyte van al die stats wat sê, as hierdie lockdown vir 3 maande aangaan, of hierdie inperking vir 3 maande aangaan, net 70% van die besighede se deure toe, kan ek vir jou sê is nonsens.
Ja.
Mense is innoverend, hulle
Ons was, ek sê nou vir jou, ons het onlangs 'n gesprek gehad in Kaapstad, of 'n ding bygewoon, 'n funksie bygewoon, waar hoofregter Mokweng die Afrikaanse gemeenskap toegespreek het in die Wes-Kaap. En hy het vir ons gesê, as ons deur al hierdie goed gekom het, hierdie boereoorlog, die Eerste, die Tweede Wêreldoorlog, die Groot Depressie, ek meen ons het apartheid van 95 totaal oorwin in die proses. Hier kom gaan ons dit nie nou maak nie. Hier kom gaan Suid-Afrika nie nou maak nie. So ons moenie hierdie COVID-19 as die finale doodslag beskou nie. Ek meen ons kan dit oorwin en ons gaan dit oorwin. Maar as een groot woord, Selma en Jovan, wat ek wil sê is dat ons gaan dit slegs oorwin as ons gesamentlik dit gaan aanpak.
Ja.
As ons dit nie in solidariteit gaan saampak mekaar, my buurman gaan ondersteun, of my medebesigheidsmense in die dorp gaan ondersteun nie, plaaslik gaan support nie, dan het ons 'n probleem. So ons moet gaan bou binne ons plaaslike gemeenskap, en dan ook in die groter gemeenskap. So ons kan nie nou iets anders gaan doen nie. Ons kan nie Chinese produkte gaan invoer nou nie. Ons moet proudly made South African gaan ondersteun. Ons moet plaaslike ekonomie in die dorpe gaan ondersteun. Dis nou die tyd om daardie samewerking dan kan kry. Dan sê ek nou die formele sektor, maar ook die informele sektor. Ons moenie die informele sektor vergeet nie. In die informele sektor gaan daar baie besighede bevoordeel word, veral die spaza shops nou met die befondsing. So ons sal self moet gaan kyk, hoe gaan ons die informele besighede nader kry aan die formele besighede?
Ja.
Om hierdie inklusiewe temate kan skep. Hoop, absoluut, daar is hoop. Dis afhangend hoe jy daarna kyk en jy moet jou benadering reg kry. Al jou kop uit die grond uit, dis nie jou skuld die pandemie nie, dis nie jou skuld nie. Maar kom ons werk saam aan 'n oplossing vir die ekonomie van ons land.
Ja, ek sê ook vertel, maar baie keer ten minste, dit laat my 'n bietjie beter voel dat ons nie alleen hierdeur hoef te gaan nie. Ons daar's daarom die hele wêreld gaan saam hierdeur. And I think united we are much stronger.
Ja.
Yeah, Jovan, I mean the one point that we are very lucky with, I mean the fact that you've got almost 11, I think it's 11,000 people lost their life in Italy, and masses in Spain, and in Britain is almost 20,000, and you will see what happened in Washington, America. And in South Africa, 89 lost their lives. But we will see, let's hope that this virus can be contained in our communities. But firstly, I want to mention here that this virus and the economy are interdependent of each other. We can't move away from each other. So we must be careful for infections of the virus, but also very careful for the economy. We can't just open the economy. You will simply spread the virus, and you will see a massive disaster in South Africa. So we must understand we're in this crisis now. And it's clearly that the president and his advisory team are really on the ball here. I mean, that world leaders, I mean, what they're doing stepwise is the way to going forward. I mean, even the document today is a draft framework on the 4 steps. They ask for public comment, which I comment from our side as the AHi. A lot of businesses supply some input in this document, which I forward to the president. I mean, he opened his door for comment. But the fact is, the process should be slowly. If you simply open the doors, you can see what will happen. You will repeat a case like in Washington and all over the world. And we must make sure that the independence of the two, the economy and this virus, that we keep close to each other. Otherwise, you will see a disaster in our country.
Doc, just a couple of quick questions regarding the AHi. What type of services does the AHi offer, and how can businesses get involved or get in touch with a company like the AHi? Where do we come to for so Afrikaners sê vir raad? Wat kan ons doen en hoe kan ons te werk gaan dan?
Yeah, I mean, the AHi for the listeners tonight, it's a very old organization, almost 80 years old organization. And it was founded in 1948 as the Afrikaanse Handelsinstituut. It's an Afrikaans organization.
Okay.
But we moved away from Afrikaans years ago. We're doing Afrikaans and English and also in isiXhosa. So where we can help a person, doesn't matter what his language or his race, we will help for sure. And we've got 4 pillars that we're standing on. The one pillar is we talk on your behalf. We talk on your behalf. So if there's cases that reflect on business, like red tape issues, or even in this COVID-19 virus, if there's red tape stuff, and believe me, there are red tape stuff, the AHi's organization would take the problem forward to the government. And currently the Western Cape government, private municipalities, and the local government, Western Cape government in the province, but also on national government platform. So we're talking on your behalf. And then the other 3 pillars is the one is to unite. You use the word unite. How do we connect business people? And that's why we got business chambers all over, 46 of them in the Western Cape. There should be 400. I mean, that's my dream. And it can't be just formal business chambers. It should be little groups as well, focus groups. If you, as a lot of women or women in the legal trade, Selma, want to come together as women in law, and you want to form something, I mean, that's a platform for you. You organize yourself. It's not necessarily for a formal business chamber, the old school style business chamber. We're looking for new, vibrant organizations that we can support through the channel. And then the other point is to advise. We need to advise you what's going on there. You need to know what's going on there. Now, the biggest part of advice is to train you. Now, over the past few years, we trained almost 4,000 or 5,000 entrepreneurs in the Western Cape, and a lot of those are very, very, very successful. But a lot of those are also very impacted now with this virus now. We can feel that. They phone us, they send us mails for help. They cry out for help. And then also the last 6-7 months, could be a year, we designed a total new website, a total new strategy on social media. You can see the Facebook page is very, very active, very busy, and that's a way to communicate with our members, with our business people. I refuse to use the word member, because member means you need to pay a fee, and if you can't afford to pay a fee, you can't be part of that organization, and that's nonsense. I call that the AHi family. We are a family. We are united as one, as business people. And membership is not for us. It could be in the business chamber, important to have members in the business chamber, but for the AHi is business people. You sign up to the AHi platform and you can share in the benefits that will be offered to you as a business person. And you will see some trading on the platform shortly, where there's offerings from big companies and there's demands from your little businesses. We will link them all together, where there could be a trading portal where they can start doing business with each other. And every second week there's an electronic newsletter, very, very high level newsletter, and you will be surprised that newsletter is sent to almost 31,000 receivers all over South Africa. There's a huge expand in our social media platforms, and that's a way to do that. And the last one is to inform. So it's to be the voice of your business. It's to unite, to advise, and to inform you. So inform you is a call center. We've got a business line, entrepreneurial line, where you can either phone us in, or you can send us a WhatsApp, or you can even email us, and we reply immediately. And we saw that the last 2 weeks, I mean, I was sitting with a cell phone in my ear because the office are closed. We are not essential services, literally in my ear, and there's calls waiting to come through, people just asking questions. But where we can, we help. And it's so delighted to see afterwards when a person tell you that you really helped me. Your organization are the one who make a difference in my business life. So for now, it's not to be skyscrapers, to be there in the sky to say where we are. I mean, it's not about who we are. Yeah. It's what we did for a business person. How do we help one to survive through this pandemic? Over the past year, we did that, and we were going forward to help people. So it's simple as a call to the AHi number, or a WhatsApp, simple as a WhatsApp, or you can email us with the details, and we will come back to you the same day.
Ja, we ons sal ook na die tyd die AHi se details op die How About That page sit, as ook op ons sinne. So enigiemand wat vra het, asseblief maak gebruik daarvan. Dok, ek wil net so kyk of iemand op die live chat vir ons 'n vraagie het of twee, so ek gaan hulle gou die geleentheid gee om te stuur. En dan wil ek, terwyl ons vir die mense 'n geleentheid gee, vir Dok vra, Dok is altyd so positief en Dok het altyd 'n plan. Wat sê jy vir iemand wat down and out is, wat hulle besigheid moet toemaak, wat nie weet om die stukkies op te tel nie? Hoe gee dit hulle hoop?
Telma, ek dink ek hou nie van daai woord down and out nie. Down and out klink vir my so finaal. Dit klink vir my soos die doodskoot. Ek dink dit is belangrik dat as jy regtig waar down and out voel, dan moet jy met iemand gaan praat. En glo my dat elke persoon, ek myself, het 'n besigheidsmentor nodig in jou lewe. Iemand wat jy net 'n WhatsApp kan stuur, al is dit 2 uur die nag of 3 uur die nag, en sê, Willie, Thelma, Jovan, ek is in die moeilikheid, of ek slaap baie sleg. Ek meen, my besigheid gaan dit nie goed nie, wat sê jy vir my? So, ons moenie down and out beskou as doodskoot nie. Ons moet regtig gaan sit en met iemand gaan praat. Want partykeer het jy net daai stukkie hoop nodig. Net daai, jy weet, ek maak dit altyd met my opleidings, as klaar is met die opleiding, dan het ek 'n pakkie groenboontjies, die pit wat jy kan plant. Het ek 'n pakkie groenboontjie pitte in my saad, in my sak, en ek gee vir elkeen die saad in sy hand. Ek sê, jy kan hierdie saad nou vat, jy kan hom daar gaan weggooi, ek weet nie wat jy met hom anders te gaan maak nie, jy kan miskien gaan eet, maar jy gaan nie vir hom maak. Maar jy kan hierdie saad gaan plant, en daar gaan 'n boontjie opkom, en hy gaan vir jou 'n bietjie vrug kan gee. So, as ons in iemand se lewe ietsie kan saai, net in terme van positiwiteit, en ek sê nie, jy moet valse hoop gee nie. Jy moet regtig waar, en die AHi is so 'n organisasie wat dalk net jou wil, net so 'n stukkie vir jou gee. Sê, man, ek dink, hierdie besigheid moet jy maar toemaak, maar hier's dalk 'n ander opsie vir jou. Ek meen, jy gaan duidelik sien dat baie besighede kan nie meer die huur bekostig nie, kan nie meer die personeel bekostig nie, die kostes is te hoog. Wat is die alternatief? Hy gaan sy PTY company sluit, en hy gaan uit sy kamer by sy huis, gaan hy sy eenmansaak besigheid bedryf met die minimale kostes. En moenie verbaas wees as sy inkomste gaan hoër wees, as vir die geval as wat hy die besigheid gehad het met al hy hoë kostes nie. Jy gaan dit sien gebeur. Mense moet gaan kyk na elke sent in sy besigheid, jy weet. En daar's altyd hoop. En die groot voordeel van nou is, dat ons almal sit in dieselfde bootjie, jy het dit genoem. Ek weet almal, ek sê van almal, ek praat van die grootste ou, tot die kleinste ou, ons sit in presies dieselfde bootjie. So as jy vir iemand jou probleem vertel, dan gaan dit nie vir hom vreemd wees nie, want hy weet waar dit gaan. En ek wil regtig hoop en vertrou dat ons Suid-Afrikaners van mekaar se hande nou vat. Ek dink dit is 'n goeie tyd om in unity mekaar se hande te vat en deur hierdie diep sloot te kan kom. En weet jy wat, ek het so rukkie terug, weke wat terug, toe kyk ek 'n stukkie TV oor die migrasie van daai buffels en die zebras daar in Kenia, die Serengeti. En dit was vir my verstommend, jy weet, en daai prentjie wat ek gesien het, val presies saam in hierdie hele ding wat ek sien. Ek meen, hulle trek en hulle wag op die rivierbanke, en is almal saam, hulle drom saam, duisende van die wilde beestes en die zebra. En op 'n gegeewe tyd spring een in die water en hulle swem in 'n trop aan mekaar, swem 'n hele trop deur die rivier na die ander kant toe. Duidelik was daar 'n klomp van daai diere wat hulle lewens verloor het, wat die krokodille natuurlik nou fees gevier het. Maar dink vir jou wat gebeur het, is daar een vir een blou wilde bees deurgegaan het. Hulle sou almal hulle lewe verloor het, jy weet ek nie. Hulle kom as 'n trop deur, gesamentlik deur, en daar gaan 'n paar sneeuwel. So wat ek wil sê is dat daar's altyd hoop. Gaan praat net met iemand oor die situasie, en dit hoef nie 'n hoë vlak te wees nie, jy weet, kry 'n bietjie raad, en kyk maar die dinge uit, lees baie goed, baie verwarrende leefstof wees daar, baie verwarrend, gaan kyk maar wat jy lees, en gaan lees soveel as moontlik op, kry vir op hoogte, en gaan vra 'n bietjie raad en nou. En daar is definitief maniere, glo my, ek kom al jare, 30 jaar in die bedryf saam, daar is maniere om jou te help, dis net eenvoudig, net van, jy kan nie net boet opgee nie, jy kan nie sê, ek meen, dis oud, en dit is nie dit nie, daar is alternatiewe. As jy verkeerde pad is, maak dit reg, kom op die regte pad met jou besigheid en skep 'n nuwe hoop vorentoe.
Skus tog, ek sien net nou 'n vraag ingekom. Iemand vra hierso, what do you think will happen in the real estate market with sale of houses? Will it slow down?
I see well, for sure, for now there will be a slowdown in the sale of houses, but depending on what will happen with the banks and the criteria now for funding for home loans, I mean, if that one can release a bit and the interest rates are low, you can see some change in the real estate market. You can see that people start buying houses. I mean, some people can lose their houses or only sold their houses also. I mean, you can see that movement. So, I mean, I'm not an expert in that market, but I can see that there could be possibilities. I mean, the area we are living in Wilderness, National, this area are very attractive for foreigners. I mean, foreigners, people from Switzerland and Germany all over, come and buy houses here. You will see that will slow down, for sure. But your domestic house market, I don't think there will be a big impact in that one.
Okay. Well, Doc, thank you so much for your wisdom, for your little light of hope. Dankie dat Doc altyd bereid is om te help en om te luister. Ons waardeer dit opreg. Dankie dat Doc se tyd afgestaan het vanaand vir ons. Ons heel eerste show en thank you so much. Laaste woorde van Doc of van die AHi se kant af. Anything that you'd like to add just to end off for the evening?
Ek wil net miskien een ding, maybe just put one thing forward. I mean, a business person don't need to be a member of a business chamber to become part of the AHi.
Yeah.
I think it's vital. Tonight, if you see there's something we can offer you as a business person, and for sure you will see on the website there's a lot of information stuff, and also the call line, an open call line for support. You can simply go under the AHi family and sign up. And there's a platform where you can simply advertise your business. And the reason for that is, if you're looking for a business, say if you're traveling to Cape Town and somewhere on the way you're stuck with your vehicle and looking for a mechanic, you can go on the AHi webpage and you can see what mechanic are listed in Heidelberg or what the case may be. So all the relevant sectors will be grouped together, and even a link with a Google Maps to your business premises. So we want to urge business people to sign up at the AHi. It's not a money spinner. It's not a money driver. We are not there to collect money for you. We are there to create a business family. I mean, stronger, we said it every time, we're going to move into the future together. Not alone. We're going to move into the future together. That means the formal sector, but also the informal sector. It's one economy in South Africa. It's not two economies. We will build South Africa, and you will see now a new South Africa will start raising after this COVID-19 virus towards the end of the year. So we are there to support you. It's simply to pick up the phone or send up a WhatsApp or what the case may be. Make sure that you sign up on the AHi webpage for the newsletter. It's a very informative newsletter. Every week, there's a lot of information all over the Western Cape, from Ten, William, Vredendal, Cape Town, all over. You'll get some news what's happening in the Western Cape, but also on a national platform. The AHi can't give you false hope, but the AHi is willing to walk this road with you. It's a tough road, but in the Western Cape, we've got a lot of business persons sign up to the AHi as mentors, as coaches, as training facilitators, but also as business development service providers in certain sectors. So we've got accountants signed up, we've got lawyers signed up. Every sector of the business world are signed up as service providers. And if you've got a problem in your business, simply call us. If you're phoning from Saldanha, we were looking for a service provider in Saldanha, and we're going to link you with a Saldanha-based service provider. And that's the reason why we ask you, please sign up. Please sign up to the AHi. There's no money involved. Make sure that you are listed. Make sure you receive the information in the newsletters. Make sure that you can tap into the free training options, which will start next week on the same platform as this one. Next week, we're going to handle the redesigning of your business model. Yeah. You need to redesign your business model. It's a fresh approach, how to redesign your business model. And shortly we will sit next week, and I think the week thereafter we will do the first webinar, training webinar, and that's on redesigning your business model. Watch the space, don't miss this one. And thank you for the opportunity to talk to you tonight. It was a
Thank
great,
you, Dr. Billy. We really appreciate it. And for all the viewers out there, we will be adding links to the AHi as well as to the Doc Billy with the redesigning of your business. We'll send all the links. We'll post it on this page. Doc Billy, we haven't even scratched the surface, I don't think yet, and hopefully we can do this very soon again. I think we've got so much to speak about as well.
Yeah. But before we go, I just want to say to the viewers also, just go through the comments. All the stuff that Dr. Billy spoke about is mentioned in the comments, the relief fund, where you can do the applications, go through the information, make sure you know what to do. And also the biggest thing, don't lose hope. There's always hope. So join us again on how about that, and let us know, what do you think about this? And Dr. Billy, baie dankie. Dok is regtig vir nie net vir ons spesiaal naby in ons hart nie, maar regtig vir 'n inspirasie vir almal daar buite.
Can I just mention one thing, Thelma? You also witnessed the announcement of the president on the 20th of April about that massive 500 billion rand, 500 billion rand relief fund. So we're waiting for the criteria of that fund. I mean, 200 billion rand will be allocated to help business people.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and that will be in the form of a loan with a very low interest rate. So we're waiting for the criteria, and the moment we receive the stuff, it will be public, viral through our platforms as well. So please have a look
So connect to the AHi.
on our Facebook page. Make sure that you like the page and you've got the notifications. I think there's a lot of relief on its way, even for food parcels for the people on the street, hungry people on the street, for municipalities, and all the money is available. I mean, the biggest fund ever in South Africa, 500 billion rand available shortly.
Okay, that's awesome news.
Thank you, Dr. Billy, and thank you to everyone at the AHi. Also, thank you, a big shout out to Rob. Thank you for the technical support. You're really great. And we look forward to another session. And for everybody out there is hope. Like Dr. Billy said, get involved. Please like the AHi's page. We will put the link at the bottom of the screen. And until next time, stay safe out there and stay home. See you later.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night.